everyone, and welcome to our online school holiday activities. My name is Emily and I work for the City of Canada Bay Libraries. Before we begin, I would like to do an acknowledgement to country. I would like to acknowledge the Wongal people of the Eora Nation, the traditional custodians of the land on which we're filming today. I'd like to pay my respects to the elders, past, present, and emerging. So thank you for joining us today. Today we'll be making Makey Makey fruit salad. So you may be watching because you've come into the learning space in Rhodes and picked up one of our Makey Makey STEM kits, or perhaps you have a Makey Makey at home, or perhaps you're just curious to know what a musical fruit salad might sound like or look like. So first of all, if you've got one of these kits, or if you have your own Makey Makey at home, let's have a look at what's inside. We have this guy, which is our Makey Makey board. Comes with a USB cable and a bunch of these guys. So this is just wire and it has some clips at the end. These are called alligator clips. Some people call them crocodile clips. That's because they have very sharp teeth. Don't put your finger inside, it really hurts. And then I think the last thing we have in here is some of this hookup wire. So again, this is just some wire. Instead of the clips, it has these pointy bits at the end. Maybe we'll use this today, maybe not. We'll see how we go. All right. So, what is a Makey Makey? So, this is it here. This is its cable plugged in. So let's have a look at the board. We can see here that we have these arrows, up, down, left and right, a spacebar, and a click. So what happens when we plug this into our laptop or our computer is basically our computer thinks that it's like an external keyboard or a mouse that's being plugged in. So instead of clicking our spacebar on our keyboard, this little conductive area here is instead what's triggering that spacebar command. So you can see that this is this silver conductive sort of area here. What I do with these alligator clips is, see, I can just plug it right in. These two little holes, there's two teeth going here. And that means whatever I attach to the end of this alligator clip becomes our new space bar. So there is something you need to know, that it does need to be a conductive object. And what do I mean by conductive? Well, simply put, it means that electricity can flow through it quite easily. So what are some conductive objects that we can find? Mostly metals are pretty conductive. So if you look around your house, you can find something silver, copper, maybe gold. All those things will let electricity pass through them quite easily. So I've had a look around here at the learning space where we're filming. I found, a few things in the kitchen. I found a spoon and a fork, some alfoil. They're plenty conductive. Also things like paper clips, a coin. You might have a belt buckle or a key, something like that. Anything metal really is going to suffice to be our new spacebar. So I'm going to make our fork spacebar. But the other thing that is conductive is water. So anything that has a lot of water in it will also be conductive. So can you sort of take a guess at other objects around me that might carry electricity? Anyway. So I'm going to start plugging in a few objects. fork. This arrow key, what should I make the arrow key? So these alligator clips, they might be a little bit tricky to use. You just need to give them a squeeze. Sometimes they're a bit slippery though. Fork and a spoon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in Makey Makey into this laptop that I have here. You see some LEDs, some flashing lights. So there's another part to this, which is we need to create a circuit. So I'm going to do that by making myself part of this circuit. So this just means that the electricity, just a tiny bit, not enough to hurt you, is going to flow through my conductive object, through me, back into the board and complete the circuit. So you can see I've plugged in this green alligator clip into my earth panel here. So the earth is right at the bottom, there's plenty of space, and I'm going to hold on to the metal end of this alligator clip, and hopefully you can see when I press my spoon and my fork, it's lighting up. So this is a good sign, something's working. I'm going to do something a bit funny. I'm wearing a ring at the moment, it's a metal ring. It means I can just clip my alligator clip onto my ring, frees up my hand, so I can hold things. If you have a bracelet or a ring or something metal at home that you can attach yourself to, makes it a bit easier, but otherwise just hold on to it, that's fine as well. So we have our little fork and spoon circuit. What next? I'm going to open up my laptop. I'm going to open a search engine, Google or anything else, and I'm going to type in Makey Makey Bongos. And first thing that comes up, or the second thing, makeymakey.com, bongos, that will do. Click here to play. So what do we have here? We can see we have some bongos that somebody has nicely made for us, and a space and an arrow key, which is great. That's what we have plugged in, and let's see how we go. Oh. So you can see that this is activating my bongos. Pretty cool, hey? Alright, so what's next? We have bongos. What else can we make? I'm just typing in where bongos was, piano. And we'll see somebody has kindly made us a piano that's ready to be played with our Makey Makey. So how many inputs do we have now? We have left, right arrow, up and down, space, so that's 6. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in more of these alligator clips. So what I like to do, you don't have to do this, but I find it helpful, is you can see I'm sort of color coding these alligator clips. So I've made the red one the spacebar, the green one the earth, and I'm making the yellow up and down, and the left and right are white. So it doesn't really matter, the electricity doesn't mind what colour the alligator clips are, but this is good for me when I'm trying to figure out what object goes to what input. This is going to be really helpful. Okay, so I did promise you a Makey Makey fruit salad. So let's start plugging in some fruit. Should we have like an apple? And this is where these little hookup wires might come in handy. Let's see how we go. So I'm just clipping it onto one end, and then I'm going to stab it into my fruit like that. Some pineapple perhaps, or I could just clip it on, see what happens. Oh yeah, no, that totally works. Maybe a orange. So one hasn't been plugged in. This one. I'm just gonna plug that in there. It's nice and soft, a bit squishy. Maybe a banana. I haven't done a banana yet. I feel like I'm gonna need a hookup wire for this one, so I'm just hooking up the alligator clip to the little pointy end. Just gonna stab it in there. Hopefully that works. What else? One more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't have anything for my space bar yet. What should I use? Maybe a bit of pear. Okay. So if I press this fruit, nothing's happening. Can you guess why? So I still need to make my circuit. So I need to plug myself in again. If you forget to plug yourself in, nothing's going to happen. Alright, I'm earthed. I have my fruit salad in front of me. Woohoo! Yeah! Pretty fun, right? Should I arrange this? Musical fruit salad. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I should let you know that this is really just the beginning. We can plug in all sorts of cool conductive objects to make some music, but the other thing is we could just as well make this into a game controller, so we could play a game using our fruit as a controller, or spoons and forks, or alfoil, or whatever you like. So let me just quickly go to another website. And some of you at home have probably heard of Scratch. I'm typing in Scratch, MIT. So Scratch is a coding platform for kids. It's suitable for kids about age 7 up, but plenty of teens, adults, will use Scratch as well, because it's very easy, it's a great way to learn, it's lots of fun, and basically people like you and me have gone, we've logged in, we've created some projects, some games, some animation, and then we've shared them. So what you can do when you're in Scratch is search Makey Makey, and you can find a bunch of ready-made games and instruments and activities that are ready to go. So you can see here somebody has made similar to what we were just playing. Somebody's made a Pac-Man game. I really like this one. This is a drawing game. Oh, so I was leaning on the orange just now. So what happens, I'll just make this full screen, is when I touch my different inputs, I can draw. It's pretty fun. And the other thing that's great about Scratch is I can click on See Inside, and it will come up with the code So not only can I play some of these fun games, I can actually go in, see how somebody's coded this, and get an idea of how I might make something like this myself, or start to maybe change some of the code. So I've just changed the colour to red. Let's see if that works. There we go. So now it's red. So I'll just show you. A project that we made quite recently. And this just shows you how to make a game controller pretty easily. So you can follow us in Scratch. We're just the learning space, all one word. And you can have a look at this code that we've made. And so basically, it's pretty simple. I can use the fruit to control the direction of my character. And then, woo, when I press the spacebar, all this wild stuff happens. The character changes, the background changes. If you'd like to have a look inside the code, you'll see it's very, very simple. It's made up of a few events. When the green flag is clicked, basically our main character goes into the center of the screen, which is x0, y0, and points in a certain direction. It says 90. Let's just click on that. So that's sort of what 90 means. Pretty easy to work out. If we wanted it facing that direction, it would be minus 90. And you can also see I have these events of when the right arrow is pressed, something happens. When the down arrow is pressed, something else happens. So very, very simple. Should we try, just very quickly, let's give some of these actions a sound. So I've just gone into sounds and I'm just dragging over some of these blocks. Symbol. And I'm just dropping the menu down, changing some of these sounds. Maybe a sound for everything. One more. And let's see what happens. So it's moving and making a sound. Pretty wild. So you can see there's a lot of really fun things you can do very easily when you combine Makey Makey and Scratch. Otherwise, just go to those URLs and you can make musical fruit salad as we did, or you know, musical paper clips, game controller out of alfoil, all sorts of things. Use your imagination, go wild. I hope you have lots of fun, and once you're done with this, I hope you eat your fruit, eat your veggies. Great. Thank you for joining us today, and hope you join us next week for more school holiday activities. Thanks. Bye.